Well, Marissa, I want to start with you because representation is everything at GLAAD, and I know this is like a dream come true for you. We love seeing more of what you're bringing to the screen. What does it mean for you?
It means everything to me, and also just to the disabled community as a whole, even just knowing in general, even if it wasn't me, that they were actively seeking somebody who was actually disabled for this role, which I think is so important, casting disabled actors in the roles of disabled characters. We already don't see a lot of disabled characters on screen, so to have that and know that it is real, I think that's so special and so great for so many people that don't feel seen or maybe don't have a lot of disabled friends and aren't part of that community.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Ethan, I want to come to you because as a member of Munchkinland, I know that Bach feels othered, kind of a little, outcast, and I think that's something that LGBTQ people can really relate to. So what's the message that you hope that especially the community that I represent at GLAAD, take away from this film?
I think Bach, coming from Munchkinland, is looking for home and looking for a family. I think, at least Bach, as I've come to know him, really hasn't felt at home anywhere. And I think in this core group of people, he finds people that really understand him. I think there are ways in which he is continually misunderstood, and partially that becomes a projection of his own sort of insecurities. And so I think that hopefully people can take away sort of a sense of seeing the humanness in everybody, and that there are people for you.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people who will actually see you for who you are, and it might not be everybody, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be who you are.
And Marissa, I know supporting the LGBTQ community is so important to you. Tell me a little bit why that's such a big priority for you.
One, because I am a part of the LGBTQ community. I have a number of friends who are a part of the LGBTQ community, and community to me as a whole is just so important. I come from a small community in the Midwest, and I think just looking out for one another is really important, especially when there are a lot of queer people that don't have homes really to go to or loving homes to go to. So finding family and finding community and spaces and creating those spaces for yourself and others, I think that's really important, and having people not feel so alone.
Thank you for sharing that. Ethan, I feel like it's definitely about Bach and Nessa, but I feel like Bach may have a bro crush on Fiyero a little bit, or an aspirational something. Is that fair?
So you've seen it?
I have seen it. I loved it.
If you've seen it, then yeah. There's definitely Bach sees Fiyero and sees a lot in Fiyero, and I think there's a real looking up to him or something. He's really drawn to him, and I think that there's a really fun dynamic there. He kind of wishes he could be him, or just wants to be close,
Well, congrats. Yeah. It's so nice to meet you both.
Thank you. So good to meet you too.
Thank you so much.
If there are no further questions, I'm gonna go.